Hello, welcome to this beautiful flow. My assistant butler says, welcome to yoga class today, and he's purring in my ear. He's saying he's going to help you with any moves that you need assistance with. And we're gonna get started on our mats. I'm so glad to share this time with you. And what I'd like to ask is that any worry, any concern, fears, judgments, self-deceit, any of that mind chatter, let's just take a moment to shake our arms and our hands around our head and just tell ourselves that nothing matters except for the yoga practice. And just start erasing anything that is telling you that you're not good enough, or you're not smart enough, or you're not strong enough. And just allow it to let go. Erasing everything that does not serve you, coming into a place of harmony. Keep shaking the hands, and then bring your hands to prayer. But before you bring your hands fully together, stop within an inch. You feel that energy? How beautiful is that, right? The energy between the hands. My darlings, you are made up of wonderful energy. Yoga is just the stepping stone, the hour. In fact, I think that yoga is best at 2 hours, but that opportunity to really feel the energy is within you, and it's within us in this moment. Hands can now press into prayer. Lengthen the spine, press the sits bones. Shoulders drip down towards Mother Earth. Drop the chin and energetically at the same time raise the crown of the head. Close the eyes. Let's set an intention. Today's practice is gifted to you with the art of the dance. We're gonna have a little fun today. The art of the dance in life is that on any given day we cannot predict what's going to happen. Like a dance with music, there's a chorus that repeats, like our 24/7 cycles, like our to-do lists. There's that repetition, that choral, abundant flow of the same, and then there's new lines and new lyrics, new instruments that float in. Today we're dedicating our practice to the nuances of life and taking our yoga practice off of the mat. And although we may dance on the mat today just a little bit as a healthy reminder to dance through life, this is your opportunity to know that you can cha-cha-cha right outside of your challenges, your woes, your fears, any mistakes that you make or flaws that you may have, resentments, regrets. All of it can be released when you let yourself become one with your practice. Take a moment to close your eyes now with your hands pressed in prayer. You have 60 seconds to feel at home in the body, the mind, and the spirit. And from this warm place of intention and gratitude, perhaps a bit of humility, thinking about some of our flaws and our mistakes that we carry unwillingly, unconsciously, we shook our hands around our head just a moment ago to diffuse any anger, frustrations, and make so much room for clarity of the conscious. Take an inhale here, circle the arms up overhead, reach the fingertips nice and tall. Here, shoulders run down the back. Place the palms together, arch back if you can, clasping the fingers except for the pointer. And breathe. Lengthen the arms. Elbows go farther away from the ears, maybe behind the ears. while the shoulders drip down the back. Engagement in the core here while the thighs are nice and relaxed. Breathe, gaze can come up towards the sky. And then on the exhale, drop the hands down to heart center, Anjali Mudra. 2 more times, let's repeat. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead, fingertips reach, palms come together, clasp every finger except for the pointer. Arch back, gaze up, and on the exhale, lower the hands back down, Anjali. Inhale, circle. Clasp, arch, exhale, Anjali. Place the hands down on top of the knees in the Hasta Mudra with the palms facing towards the sun. Let's receive some solar energy from the sun. And before we begin our yoga practice, I'd like to dedicate this momentous opportunity to challenge ourselves to focus on the breath. As I go through this routine, I will ask you to inhale and to exhale, but it's now your accountability of how you're going to breathe, how you're going to interpret each inhale. And I hope that it's going to be deep and flowing, not forcing, but allowing, using the breath to get you into your poses, to warm up the breath, the lungs and the diaphragm for this practice. Let's engage in a breathwork series, very, very simple, with an inhale, a pause and a retention of the breath, and then an exhale release. We'll do that a few times, holding the breath. The breath hold is called a stamba in Sanskrit, and it symbolizes our unattachment to things, right? We're holding the breath, but the dichotomy there is that it's symbolizing the unattachment, where we are unattached to this pause and this clenching of our needs and certainty, and we can actually release it through the breath. I'm just gonna move the cat here so she doesn't eat my papers. Okay, no eating my papers, okay? Well, let's begin. Hasta Mudra. Take a big deep inhale here. Pause, 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 and hold the breath, retaining. Exhale, release. Breath comes all the way out, belly comes to the spine. Inhale. Pause, pause, pause. Hold that breath because you can. Posture is nice and tall. Exhale. All the way out. Inhale. Pause, pause, pause. Hold the breath here. Retain, retain, retain. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Feeling nice and relaxed here. Long inhale. Pause and hold the breath. Astamba. Definition of being unattached to everything and open to what's coming, open to what is. Release, exhale. Beautiful job. Let's transition ourselves towards the long way of the mat here. Bring the feet in front of you, knees point up towards the sky. Breath is deep and strong here. Just starting to use that breath to get into each asana. Let's do a simple twist here. Take the right hand underneath the right knee, take a hold of the left ankle, and drop that shin and the left knee down onto the mat. Bringing that right ankle on the outside of the left knee. Hands come towards Mother Earth here. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, right hand reaches back behind the hip. Left hand hugs around that right knee. Inhaling again to lengthen the spine. Exhale to twist, gaze over the right shoulder. Just wringing out the back. Again, replacing the ideals that do not serve us, perhaps placed from society, finances, family, whatever they are, we're releasing them and wringing them out now. Coming back through center here, hands come down on the right hand side. Inhale to lengthen the crown of the head. Exhale, just a simple opposite bow. Press back up, come back through neutral. Feet can return to our beginning position. Both feet are planted, heels are digging, and then when you can, take the left hand reaching under the left knee. Take a hold of that right ankle, dropping the right knee and the right shin down. Left ankle comes on the outside of the right knee. Hands come to Mother Earth. Inhale. Exhale, twisting from the hips. Left hand comes behind the left hip. Right hand comes hugging around that left knee. Inhaling again, nice and tall here in that spine. Exhale to gaze over the left shoulder. Now this hand here is used just with the fingertips tapping. We're just using it for balance here. We're not really stepping on it. It's just a little kickstand. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Equal and opposite movement. Come through center here. Hands come down on the left-hand side. Inhale to extend the spine. Exhale, bow down to Mother Earth. Thank you for this practice. Press back up through neutral. Bring the feet back to our beginning position. A few cat-cows. Inhale to lengthen the crown of the head. Press the sits bones into Mother Earth. Arch back, gaze up. Exhale, cat. Crouching tiger, hidden dragon. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Tuck the tail, tuck the chin, round the back. Inhale, lengthen. Create that posture here. Exhale. Come back up to a seated position. Hands come down onto the mat, and let's just swivel ourselves around to a tabletop position. Articulate your tabletop here. Sorry, my cat likes to eat my paperwork. The dog eats the homework. My cat eats my paperwork too. Articulating your tabletop here. We'll do a few more cat-cows. Inhale, gaze comes forward, tailbone lifts, belly drops. Exhale, tuck the tail, tuck the chin, round the back. Strengthen that core. Inhale, drop the belly, gazes up. Exhale, press into Mother Earth, tuck that tail, tuck the chin, round the back, come back through neutral. Let's step back into plank today. Pressing back with the right toes on the ball of the foot, stepping back with the left toes. You're now on the ball of the feet, finding our first plank of our series here. Let's go down nice and easy to a cobra. Press forward with the crown of the head, 1/4 inch. Inhale, press into Mother Earth. Exhale, lower down nice and slow. Elbows come close to the body. Can you go as slow as can be? Dropping down towards your mat, untuck both of the toes here. Keeping the hands where they are. Inhale, baby cobra. Press up. Exhale, lower back down. Tuck both of the toes here. Rising up through plank and then coming into our first downward facing dog. Breathe. Pressing the hands in towards the mat. Remembering to take care of your wrists by pressing into the pads of the hands here. So the best thing to do would be pressing between the thumb and the pointer finger on the mat. Now kicking in those heels, digging into Mother Earth. The shoulders are extending outwards and pressing up just a little bit, not sinking here. You can pedal out and just bend opposite knees. Press opposite heels, returning back to your downward facing dog. Articulate and feel that strength.
When you're ready on the inhale, come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, gaze comes forward. Take a few baby steps towards the front of the mat and forward fold here. Inhale, sit into your first chair position, going right into it. Hands come to heart center. And on the next inhale, rise up. Hands come down. Here's where we dance. Create your focal point, your Drisdi. Bring your hands to your hips, and we'll do a little cha-cha, the dance of life, which comes spontaneously when we never know. Let's use it in our yoga class to remind ourselves when challenge comes, when chaos arrives, can we dance with it, with breath, with equanimity, with a calm and balanced mind? That's the question. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. Again, 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. Pause, feet together, come into mountain pose. Shoulders down, away from the ears here. And breathe, close the eyes. The most important element sometimes is taking the craft of your yoga into your life. Let's flow. Inhale, bend the knees, circle the arms up overhead, kiss the palms together at the top, arch back, exhale, flat back, forward fold, hands come down to Mother Earth. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, exhale, plant the palms, bend the knees, step back 1 foot at a time to your plank position. Let's do a full chaturanga this time. Press forward with the crown of the head, inhale, press into Mother Earth, exhale, lower down, elbows come close to the body. Inhale into up dog or cobra, yogi's choice. Arching the back, shoulders down, away from the ears. Exhale, roll over the toes into your downward facing dog. Pressing into the left heel, gently lift the right toes towards that sky. Woo! Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring the right foot between the hands, pressing into the left hand, rotate at the hips, right hand comes up towards the sky. Making sure that you're on the ball of that left foot, the left heel is lifted. 1 more breath here, right hand comes down, step forward with the left foot, forward fold. Inhale, sit into your chair position, hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra, gazes forward. Inhale, rise up. Drop the hands, mountain pose. Breathe. Hands come towards the hips. Let's cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. Pause, mountain pose, feet together, shoulders away from the ears, and breathe. Second flow, are you with me? Let's go. Inhale, bend the knees, circle the arms up overhead, palms come together, arch back, exhale, flat back, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze comes up, exhale, plant those palms, bend the knees, step back 1 foot at a time to your plank position, pressing into Mother Earth. Roll forward with the crown of the head, inhale, press. Exhale, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale into up dog or cobra. Exhale, rolling over the toes into downward facing dog. Breathe. Pressing into right heel, gently lift the left toes towards the sky. Nice and steady, nice and strong. Inhale, kick those toes. Exhale, plant the left foot between the hands. Find your low lunge. Pressing into the right hand, lift that left hand towards the sky. Shoulders stacked. Breathe. Exhale, left hand comes down. Step forward with that right foot, forward fold. Inhale, come to chair position. Hands come to Anjali Mudra. Sitting onto the hips here. Back is nice and tall. And on the inhale, come back up. Drop the hands. Feet are hips width apart here. Let's
Focus on a lateral stretch. Inhale, right hand comes up towards the sky. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lengthen right hand, dropping left fingertips. And on the exhale, paint those right fingertips overhead here, creating a beautiful lateral stretch. Your chest is forward, your hips are forward, and the right hand reaches, and you're dropping in. Let's switch. Inhale, right hand flows back down, left fingertips reach up. Exhale, pause. Inhale, left hand lifts, right hand drops, and on the exhale, open up for that lateral stretch, side body reaching and floating. At the same time, feeling a beautiful extension from that left hip through the left elbow and fingertips, while the right hand reaches down towards the mat. Articulate this pose. When you're ready, hands come up, palms come together, arch back if it's available. On the exhale, come down with the hands. Anjali Mudra, close the eyes. Thinking about our theme. What dance of life are you currently struggling with? What can you release? What new steps can you learn from today's class? Perhaps to bring some calm, some awareness, some equanimity to the dance that is challenging you. And use this practice to become a professional dancer of those life moments that take your breath away. When you think you don't know the next step, my darlings, you really do. And that's the beauty of yoga, is the fact that you can take some self-care time to believe that you can, and you will. Maybe with a little bit of a slower pace. Pausing here. Keeping the hands where they are, step back with the left foot onto the mat. So the left foot is on the middle of the mat, and you can railroad the feet, meaning that you separate them towards the edges of the mat just a little bit. We're gonna do a flat back forward fold here. So pyramid pose. Hands are still in Anjali Mudra. Let's reverse them. Drop the hands down around the back for reverse prayer here. Elbows reach towards the sides, fingertips are driving up, hands are in the center of the back or clasping onto the shirt. Yogi's choice. We're not here for the ego, we're here for the modality of belief and strength and flexibility, no matter how far our edge can go. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head, gaze comes up. On the exhale, flat back, forward fold with the hands in reverse prayer. And then when you come to your flat back, keep your gaze at the right toes here. You can even close the eyes for balance. Pressing into the heels and the edges of both feet. Lengthening the spine, creating space from the crown of the head to the tailbone. And on the next inhale, rise back up with a flat back. Let the hands go from your reverse prayer. Place them on top of the hips, and then step forward with the left foot, shake it out. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. Let's keep going here. Hands come back to Anjali Mudra, dripping the elbows down. Step back with the right foot towards the middle of the mat. You can railroad the feet out so you have a little bit of balance here. Dropping the hands behind the back now to reverse prayer. Hands drive up the back, pressing the palms together. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head. Exhale, fold forward with a flat back. Your gaze is now at the left toes. Breathe. Both legs are straight. The edges of the feet are creating your balance here. Shoulders are away from the ears. When you're ready, come up with a nice and tall spine. Here, we'll bring it out in a moment. Drop the hands down, bring them to the hips, and step up with that right toe. Keeping the hands on the hips, let's cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. Pause, mountain pose, drop hands, shoulders down. Close the eyes and take a breath and then release. Breathe. What are you grateful for in this moment? Take it with you and let's fly. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead, kiss the palms together at the top, arch back. Exhale, flat back, forward fold, hands come down to Mother Earth. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, bend the knees, step back 1 foot at a time to your plank position. Breathe, getting nice and strong here. Pause, pause, pause. Articulate, building our strength. Reach forward with the crown of the head. Inhale, press into Mother Earth. Exhale, lower the elbows down close through Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, yogi's choice, arching the back. Heart is lifted. Exhale, roll over those toes. Downward facing dog. Ooh, you got this. Inhale, release the right toes towards the sky. Exhale, bring the right toes between the hands, pausing here in low lunge. Lower the left knee, untuck the left toes here. Lift the arms up, low lunge, low crescent with the hands. Arch back, gaze up, woo! Heart opener. Hands come back down to Mother Earth. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, rising up to full crescent here. Engage the core. Rise up with the hands, full crescent lunge. You're on the ball of the left foot. The right knee is in a 90-degree angle. On the inhale, lift. Exhale, hands come down to Anjali Mudra. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head. Exhale, rotate from the hips. Left elbow comes on the outside of the right knee. And just take a gentle twist here, wringing out that spine. Ooh. Breathing here, lifting that left knee. Keeping the core engaged, come back to your crescent lunge here. Returning and reaching the hands up overhead. Pausing here to feel the strength of the foundation in the feet, and then open up to your first warrior two. Back foot parallel with the back of the mat. Right hand reaching forward, left hand reaching back. Keeping the gaze nice and soft here. Peaceful warrior, flip that right palm up, left palm comes on the back of the left thigh. Inhale, reach over, paint like Picasso. Exhale, come back to your warrior two. Inhale, lengthen that front leg. Listen to my cues. Exhale, rotate and reach forward at the hips, coming into a triangle pose. Hands comes down on the inside of the right shin. Left hand comes towards the sky. Keep your gaze forward here. You're twisting from the hips. Your shoulders are stacked. Your feet are feeling grounded here. You're lifting up through that Uddiyana and the Muda Bandha, which means that you're pulling up in the pelvis area. Listen to my cues. This is going to be a little bit challenging, but I know you can do it. Drop the right hand, bending at the elbow, so the hand comes behind the left ear. Woo! What's coming next? Right hand comes behind the right ear, using the core because you can, because you're strong. On the inhale, rise back up with the hands behind the ears. Sit into your warrior two. Let's go right into it. Cartwheel the hands down, and then step back into downward facing dog. Woo-hoo! You are strong and flexible. I believe in you. Let's see if we could do as good justice as we did on the other side. Pressing into right heel, gently lift the left toes towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bend the left foot, come between the hands, pausing here in low lunge. Lower the right knee, untuck the right toes, engage the core, lift those hands towards the sky, crescent lunge. Maybe you have a gentle arch in the back, maybe not. Remembering this is beyond ego. We are only going as far as we can. as the body tells us to. Listening to the body is the most important part. Okay, I kept you here too long. Keep those hands coming back towards Mother Earth. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, engage the core. You know what comes next. Rising up into crescent lunge. Pausing here to articulate the pose, dichotomy, seating in the pelvis, lifting in the crown of the head, shoulders are dripping down the back. Inhale to lengthen the fingers. Exhale, hands come down to Anjali Mudra. Breathe. Inhale, reach forward gently with the crown of the head and then rotate at the hips. Right hand comes on the outside of the left knee. Pausing here in a gentle twist, wringing out the 33 bones in the spine and just taking a few breaths. Each and every spinal twist nourishes all of the organs. The liver, the spleen, the intestines, the tummy. One more breath here, engage the core. Come right back into your crescent lunge here because you can. And then rotate that back foot, sitting into your warrior two position. Woo! You are strong. Articulate your warrior two and let's fly. Flip that left palm up, drop that right palm down. Inhale, paint the sky. Exhale, back to warrior two. On the inhale, lengthen that front leg. And on the exhale, reach forward with the left hands. Twist, twist, twist from the hips. Left hand comes on the inside of the left shin, reaching right palm up. Gaze is forward here. Stacking the shoulders, engage the core. Feel that beautiful twist. Listen to my cues. This is difficult, but you can do it. Right elbow bends, right hand comes behind the right ear. Bend the left elbow, left hand comes behind left ear, pausing here. Grounding those feet, inhale, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, sit back into your warrior two. Let's fly. Cartwheel the hands down, come back into your downward facing dog here. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, and sit back into your down and your child pose here. Woo! Breathe. Close the eyes. Let's make this an active child's pose, coming on and pressing into the fingertips, lifting the elbows, lifting the palms here. When you're ready, press the hands back down, come up through your tabletop position. Tuck both of the toes, rising up through your downward facing dog. Breathe. On the inhale, come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, gaze comes forward, step up or walk up towards the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, sit back into your chair, hands come to Anjali Mudra. And just take a moment here. Let's have a little bit of a challenge. Can you come onto the ball of the right foot? Can you come onto the ball of the left foot? Keeping that spine nice and tall here, shoulders down away from the ears. One more breath here, rising up, dropping the heels. Pause, drop the hands. Mountain pose. Catch your breath. Lifting the hands back to Anjali Mudra. Step back with the right ball of the foot into a lunge. I'm sorry, your left ball of the foot, sorry. So your right knee is in a 90-degree angle. You're in a lunge position, your hands are in Anjali Mudra. And then let's just swivel out to a warrior two. So the back left foot is parallel with the mat. Extended side angle here, right? Opening up those hips. Just drop that right elbow in towards the right thigh and release the left hands overhead. Lateral stretch. Sink into this pose if you can, lengthening this space between the pelvis and that right knee, making sure that right knee doesn't go farther than the ankle, reaching that left hand over, and then rise back up into warrior two. Listen to my cues. Inhale, lengthen that front leg. Hands come towards the hips. Reach the right toes forward, pivoting. And then bring the left heel just in a bit. So we're gonna do a goddess pose here. So bring the left heel and the right heel in, lifting the crown of the head. Let's bring the hands to Anjali Mudra, finding your balance here. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to sit into your goddess pose. Woo. Little transitions for us. Get the mind flowing. Another benefit of yoga is not only are we oxygenating the blood going to the brain with all of this breath work and this strenuous activity, we're also giving the brain an opportunity to function, to think, which hand, which foot, what are we doing next? How do we mirror that on the opposite side? This is all a sign for healthy aging, to be ageless and timeless. If you can, rise up onto the ball of the right foot. To even it out, rise up on the ball of the left foot, hold here, and breathe. Lifting both heels, engaging the core. Woo-hoo-hoo. Little balance needed, drop both of the heels. On the inhale, rise up with a flat back, hands come towards the hips. Let's take a moment to stretch that out. Pivot both of the feet forward here. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head. Drop the hands behind the back. Clasp both of the hands together, dripping them down towards Mother Earth. With an inhale, lengthen the crown of the head, gaze comes up, heart lifts, exhale. Flat back, forward fold, going through the center here, dropping the crown of the head, reaching the clasped hands above, and just taking a moment to relax and release. Beautiful job. Engagement in the core. Let the hands reach up as far as can be. Dropping both of the hands down towards the center of the mat. Listen to my cues. Take both of the peace fingers and wrap them around the toes. Inhale to lengthen the crown of the head for a flat back, lengthening both of the arms here. On the exhale, bend the elbows, crown of the head reaches again towards the mat, and lift that tailbone towards the sky. Just taking a beautiful, gentle forward fold here. Each and every forward fold is a chance to engage that parasympathetic nervous system, which causes you to find your calm. We're massaging the vagus nerve, that great nerve in the body that says, slow down and breathe. Hands come back to the center here, taking time to take the peace fingers away from the toes. Take a gentle stretch. Hands come towards the hips on the inhale with the flat back. Rise up to center. Pivot the right toes towards the front. And then step forward with the left foot to the right. Let's cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. Again, cha-cha-cha. Left. Cha-cha-cha. Pause, feet together. Drop the hands. Mountain pose. Lengthen the crown of the head. Use this pose to be active. Let's not just stand here. Let's activate the glutes, activate the abs. Press into the heels, reach the fingertips as much as we can towards Mother Earth, reaching the crown of the head up. In fact, let's take a moment to lift both of the toes here, finding a nice engagement in the front of the thighs and the glutes. Utilizing each metatarsal on the feet or toes, and then drop both of the toes down. Hands come to heart center, listen to my cues. Step back into a lunge with the right ball of the foot. Pausing here in your lunge, get your footing. Right knee is lifted, right heel is lifted. Transitioning now, warrior two. Lifting the hands and rotating into your warrior two position. The back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Both hands are reaching forward. Extended side and back. Extended side angle here. Dip that left elbow on the inside of the left hip. Right hand reaches overhead here. And just enjoy that gentle, beautiful stretch here. Lifting that left elbow. The right elbow. Ooh. And then just breathing. On the inhale, come back up to your warrior two. Hands come to Anjali Mudra. Inhale, lengthen that left leg. Pivot the left heel and the right heel in. You might want to bring your feet closer together here. So the heels are inside, the toes are reaching towards the long edge of the mat, finding your balance here, and then sit into that pose, the goddess pose. Breathe. I'm actually going to face forward. You guys can face the same way. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Clasp all of the fingers except for the pointer finger, and then reach the arms up. The elbows come behind the ears here. And just take a moment to sit. See how far you can sit and release. Little shaking is good. Reach up with the fingertips, sit with those hips, and on the inhale, drop the hands into Anjali Mudra and lengthen both of the legs. Hands come towards the hips. Pivot the left toes towards the front of the mat, and then step up to the front of your mat. And let's just shake it out for a moment. And since we're doing so good at our cha-cha, I figured we'd do a little bit of a dancer position here. Nataram Janasana. I think I got that Sanskrit right. Don't tell anybody. Come to the center of your mat. Drop both of the hands. Find your posture and find your gaze. So our focal point is reaching towards something that we can keep. Concentration. Keep our balance. Allow ourselves to be free. Bending that left knee, take hold of the top of the left foot. Pausing here, your knee is facing towards the mat. Reach up nice and slow with the right hand. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head and the right fingertips. On the exhale, gently fold forward like a lever, kicking that left foot into the left hand. Gaze is at the mat. Right hand is reaching forward, keeping the hips even here, and breathe. You can bend that standing leg if need be, and kick, 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 kick. Coming back up through center, drop everything down, hands come to Anjali Mudra, kick your toes like a dance, and then come to a paused position, keeping the hands in Anjali Mudra. You can close the eyes for 30 seconds. Take a deep inhale. Retain the breath, pause. Exhale, release. Drop both of the hands here. Find your focal point, open the eyes. Bend the right knee, taking hold of the right foot with the right hand. Once you have that grasp, lift the left hand towards the sky. Shoulders are down the ears. Reaching with the left hand on the inhale. On the exhale, fold forward like a lever from the hips, kicking right foot into right hand. Gaze is at the mat. Finding your balance here. Reaching that left hand forward, parallel with the mat, kicking that right foot into the right hand. Woo-hoo. And then come back up, nice and slow here. Hands can come towards the hips. Let's cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. 5, 6, 7, 8, cha-cha-cha. Pause, mountain pose. Drop the hands, close the eyes. Breathe. Taking everything out for a moment, come to the center of the mat here. Let's do some lengthening with our legs here, shall we? Since we're in the mode of dancer, we want to lengthen our legs, but also in learning how to dance through life's challenges, we also lengthen the years of our lives. And if you really start to put it together of the gift of yoga, the gift of breath, and that equanimity and that that remaining of calm, that retaining of the breath, that release, that unattachment, we are able to dance through those challenges and weave. And with that comes a balanced persona. With that comes calm. And with that comes more smiles, which equate to the heart being open, the spirit being free, the mind being uncluttered. And remember when we shook our head out in the beginning of class, there's more of that where we don't have to actively use that hand movement, like we're washing the man out of our hair from that old 20 song. And we don't have to do that anymore because we're living our life on our terms. We're living our life controlling our emotions. We're living our life based in a calm place, which we get from more of this yoga practice. So let's lengthen our legs and let's lengthen our arms. This may be challenging for you, but I encourage you to try it. Pressing into the left heel. Lift the right knee and clasp the hands behind the right knee. So you're just taking a moment here to find your balance and lengthening the crown of the head, creating posture. We're going to take the right hand and create peace fingers around the right knee, keeping that right knee lifted. The left hand comes towards the left hip, shoulders reach down away from the back. You know what comes next. Do it as best as you can. We're going to lengthen our right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Ooh. Lift those toes. Find your balance. The standing leg can be bent or straight. The integrity is in the spine. One more breath here. Bring the right hand towards the hips. Leave the right foot where it is. Flex that right foot. Lift that right heel and then drop everything down. Let's cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. 5, 6, cha-cha-cha. 7, 8, cha-cha-cha. Pause, mountain pose. Close the eyes. Take a breath. Shall we do it on the opposite side? We shall. Pressing that right heel in towards the mat, gently lift the left heel and the left knee, clasping the hands, finding your balance. Once you have your balance, knit the ribs together. Take the left peace fingers and reach down on the big toe there. Right hand comes towards that hip. Again, create that space for what happens next. Digging into that right heel on the inhale, lengthen that left leg forward. Now, you can have that left knee bent. It can be like this. It can be like this. The integrity is in the spine here, right? So we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for what we can do and what feels right, never going beyond the body's edge. One more breath here. Left hand comes to the left hip, keeping the foot where it is, flexing that foot, lifting that heel, and then bring it down. Let's cha-cha going to the left first. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. 5, 6, cha-cha-cha. 7, 8, cha-cha-cha. Pause, feet together, drop the hands. Close the eyes and breathe. Hands come to Anjali Mudra. And let's step forward towards the front of our mat. Let's try to dip down into a Malasana pose. Let's do a forward fold first. So we're going to drop the hands to our sides, drop the chin towards the chest, and just begin to fold. Crown of the head is slowly reaching towards the mat, fingertips reaching as well, folding from the hips. Once the hands come towards the mat, starts to bend the knees, lift the heels. Knees come forward, sitting onto the heels here. You can lift those heels and sit, find your posture. Hands come to Anjali Mudra, open the knees for balance, breathe. We've done this before. Clasp all of the fingers except for the pointer finger, and then lift. Hands come reaching overhead, elbows come behind the ears, shoulders down away from the back, extension in the spine, length in the fingers, Ooh, feels good. Let's do something fun here. Let's bend both of the elbows and bring the hands behind the back. Behind the head. Just finding that balance. Put the hands behind the head, gaze up ever so slightly, and then bring the hands down to Mother Earth. Place the sits bones down, bring your feet in front. Knees are facing towards the sky. Let's do a boat pose because we can. We worked a little bit on our abs today, so I bet we can do 3 boats just to feel good. With a little swiveling to the right and the left. Your abs are nice and warmed up for this, and I know that you can do it, even if you try. Right hand reaches forward, left hand reaches forward on the inhale. Lengthen. On the exhale, sit back with a flat back onto those sits bones. Lift the right shin, lift the left shin, point both of the toes here, finding your balance. If you can, lengthen both of the toes towards the sky and breathe. Kicking the heels up, reaching the toes up, reaching the fingers forward. Pause. Woo! But don't pause your breath, keep breathing. When you're ready, bring the feet back down, lengthen the crown of the head. Let's go again. Right hand forward, left hand forward, engagement in the core, shoulders down the back, breathe. Spine is strong, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit back with that tall spine. Reaching right shin, reaching left shin. Lengthen both of the toes up towards the sky. Listen to my cues. Hands and palms come together. Clasp all of the fingers except for the pointer finger. Reach the hands over towards the right. Elbows are nice and straight here. Lift the toes just a little bit higher. Come through neutral. Reach over towards the left. Woo, woo, woo. Come back through neutral here. Bend the knees. Come to a seated position. You can do this. Let's reach both of the hands forward and both of the legs forward, finding Dandasana position. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head. Exhale, roll back 1 vertebrae at a time. You guessed it, we're warming ourselves to get down towards our Shavasana. Reach the hands overhead here, arching the back like a morning stretch, and then bring the hands down towards the mat. Flex both of the feet here. Pressing hands in towards the mat, engage the core, lift the right heel towards the sky. Lower right heel down. Inhale, reach left heel towards the sky. Exhale, lower down. Pressing both hands in towards the mat, engage the core, lift both heels up towards the sky. Breathe. Listen to my cues. You can stay here or you can take it for option B. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Reach the hands forward and lift the shoulders off of the mat. We'll stay here for 10 seconds because you're strong. You're not engaging in the neck here. You're just lifting from the abs. If you're feeling it in the neck, you have to work on your abs. If you're feeling it in the neck, I encourage you to just let the spine come down. If you're feeling it in the abs, you might be shaking a little bit, making sure those feet are flexed towards the sky, parallel, flat feet with the mat. 1 breath here, and then engage the core no more by bending the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a massage on the spine, rolling towards the right, and rolling towards the left. Nice spinal massage here. Keeping the hands where they are around the knees. Let's come to happy baby. Lifting the heels towards the sky. Place the outside edges of the feet. Gluing with the hands. Inhale to lengthen, exhale. Knees press down, around. And just drop into this happy baby pose. Drop in. Close the eyes here. Breath is nice and flowing. When you're ready, drop the feet back down towards the mat. Hands pressing in towards the mat, heels come close to the hips. Open up both of the arms here and just lift the knees and the shins and drop the heels and the knees towards the left. Gaze comes towards the right, spinal twist. Keeping both of your shoulders on the mat, allowing yourself to dip in. Close the eyes here and take 3 deep breaths. If you can, create that pause and retention between the inhale and the exhale. You're almost there. You did it. I didn't do it, you did it. Your dedication to this dance of life through yoga creates a longer life, a healthier spine, a calmer persona, a more gentler, relaxed way of speaking. Engage the core, gently lift the hips and the heels. I meant the heels and the knees. Your hips are on the ground, and then you drop those knees down towards the right. Gaze comes towards the left. Both shoulders are on the mat here. Close the eyes. Finding gratitude in these final few breaths. Thinking about the dance of life that you will take. Maybe keeping a challenge for yourself with today's practice. To be able to cha-cha through your next chaos moment. Your anger, fear, anxiety, there can be a dance, new lyrics to the music that you play in the story of the ego. Remember this practice well when you bring it up with the mat. Engage the core, lift the knees and heels back up, and then drop those feet, bringing them close to the hips. Bring the hands next to your hips here, fingertips come just behind the backs of the feet and the heels, and we'll press up on the inhale into a bridge pose. Remembering to stay in the shoulders, you're not in the neck here, lifting that pelvis, lifting the hips, and if you can, come on both balls of the feet. Remaining here for a moment, engagement in the core. Imagining there's a ball between the knees that you want to squeeze, but you don't want to pop. One more lift here, drop both of the heels, another lift here in the pelvis, and then roll down one vertebrae at a time. Lengthen both of the legs out. Flap the feet open, bring both of the hands to the belly here for your Shavasana position. Let's breathe into our Shavasana today. Take a deep inhale here. Hold the breath. Release. Inhale. Hold the breath. Release. Inhale. Hold the breath. Release. Fill this next moment now with peace and tranquility. Thanking yourself, your body, and your breath for your commitment to this practice. keeping your breath. Start to wiggle the fingers, roll out the ankles, roll out the wrists. Begin to bend both of the knees here, pressing the feet onto the mat, and then turning over to any side that you wish, letting the bicep become a pillow for the head. Eyes are closed, pressing back up to our beginning sequence where we had a Sukhasana seated position, easy seat, hands come to Anjali Mudra, lengthening the crown of the head. My dear yogis, it is my pleasure and honor to share this practice with you and to remind you that any dance of life that seems challenging can be met with a cha-cha-cha. And although it sounds very difficult because we know that anger, fears, and frustrations can bring out the worst in us, there's nothing more powerful than a smile or a few breaths. And in that pause, if we can just cha-cha-cha in our minds or just take it into the body, no matter what it is that we are facing, that recognition, that oneness with who we are on this planet Earth becomes present. Your awareness settles in the moment of reality, reaches far further than the moment of emotionality. Let's seal this practice with our beginning mudra and an Om. Clasp all of the fingers except for the pointer finger, even clasp the thumb. Take a normal breath cycle here, and we'll inhale for Om. The dance in me sees the dance in you, and with the cha-cha-cha, we are forever one. Namaste. Thank you for taking this time with me to encourage yourself day in and day out with the practice of yoga and the deepening of the breath. I honor you.